Okay, miss.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Rice and Beans. Jester and Big-O, we're back in the house with another good one for you. What's up, Big-O? How you been, man?
Doing all right, man. Living the dream, or hell, living in hell. That's better terminology.
Well, that's a kind of a dream.
I guess when you see gas prices go down over here in Arizona to almost $4.09 and then jump right the fuck back up to $4.50.
I remember when they were that low here.
You get
nice.
Yeah, you get done dry from behind all the time in California, right?
Dude, I was out on the west side and it was like fucking $7.34 a gallon.
God damn, you think you're on the islands of Hawaii or something.
I fucking wonder what it's like over there. If it's that bad here, I wonder what that shit's like over there.
I don't know, but that island, Kamanawanalea, ain't the same as what it used to be.
No more lube. Find a way to turn it into gas. It's gotten that hard.
Yeah, I wanted to go see You Want to Lick a Pee-Pee, but not anymore. It's fucking crazy, man. What are we going to do? This whole Joe Biden bullshit, right? We can blame him all day, six way to Sunday. Everybody in the top echelon. It's not just the president. It's everyone underneath him. All those fucking peons that are causing this bullshit.
Somebody's fucking causing it. Somebody needs to knock it the fuck off for sure. It's like, yo, we get it. For real, though, stop.
Stop it! We need to do an underground pipeline into other countries just to pull their oil without them knowing.
Stop bugging us. There's no more oil for lube. We got to use that shit for gas.
Natural gas just won't do it anymore, man.
Believe me, I tried farting in my gas tank this morning and it only made it to the fucking gas station.
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to shit in it, too.
I mean, I thought, like, okay, that'll give a little extra kick, you know? Like, I ate beans the night before. I figured, fuck, it's worth a try.
Why does your muffler keep shooting shit in my face? What?
Why are you that close to the back of my car, first of all? I think that's where we need to start.
I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
This ain't Mario Kart, motherfucker.
Oh my gosh, man. It's just gone crazy insane again. What are we going to do?
I don't know, I kind of need to drive my car, so I don't have any fucking choice.
Hitchhike. Fucking put a leg out just to get to work.
I mean, I guess I could take the train from, but then I'd have to take a bus downtown to Union Station and then get on the subway at Union Station and go to Hollywood. So I'm like if I could take the subway all the way from by my pad, then okay, cool. Like I'll just leave, I'll just find one of those parking rides.
Right.
But it's kind of like a mission just to get to the train station when it only takes me 10 extra minutes or 15 extra minutes to get all the way to work. So
I don't know, maybe we should start doing something like in that animation movie Robots, where you're in that little circular thing and it throws you like a trebuchet across the whole city, and then you get caught and then you swirl around, roll to where you go. A little hammer hits you right in the middle and splits you like an egg, and then you walk to where you need to walk to.
I'm down for that. Wendy, I can fly.
I can't fly. I don't have wings. I mean, shit, this is crazier than Paul Walker reaching 100 faster than Betty White did, right?
That need for speed, that fucking ludicrous speed. My brains are going into my feet speed.
Jesus Christ, stop this fucking ship! Oh
I
my
think we've all
gosh.
been there. I know we've all been there. Fucking talking about work or driving to work with reckless abandon like a gigantic asshole because the fucking alarm didn't go off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to be late. Thank God I'm where I'm at now. I could be late every now and then, and nobody will raise a wild hair. But some places you got to be on time every day, right?
I was a little bit late, like a couple of days this week,
Mm-hmm.
and like I stayed, but today I think I got paid back for that shit for showing up late because it took like almost 2 hours to get home.
Ooh, shit, man.
There was a fucking accident, so it looked like somebody was trying to fucking speed and then fucked it up for the rest of us because yeah, a 45-minute drive turned into a 2-hour one.
You know what that should have been like? It should have been like in the movie Airplane. Everybody drive by and shake the shit out of the person who did that, slap them, punch them, and get their turn with them.
It looked like the fucking freeway wall did that for everybody. That car was fucked up.
God, I remember I was working copiers back in the day, and in central, well, not central Phoenix, but on the west side, I had to drive all the way to Stafford, and that's close to the New Mexico three-corner area there, and that's about a 2.5 hour drive from where I was at, taking the freeway out there through the mountains and just through desert basically. I got there within about an hour and a half or so, and I wasn't going the speed limit, obviously. And when I came back, I was going like super slow. It took me like 4 hours to get back home because I didn't realize how sheer the cliff drops were going down some of the mountains. I was going like 55, 60 through these corners in this 96 Toyota pickup 4-cylinder, and I was just screaming through there, man. When daylight hit and I was looking down there, I was like, holy shit, what the fuck was I thinking?
I've done that going when I've had to drive to the in-laws in Utah and going through that mountain pass.
Right.
I've done it in a couple of different cars. Now I've done it in I've done it in a Kia hatchback, and I've done it in like a Mercedes, and I was super careful with the Kia hatchback because I knew I was like, no, this thing will topple over. Fuck that. But with the Mercedes, I'm like, well, the fuck that. This shit's built for this kind of thing, so fuck it. And I did it. Scared the shit out of the wife, but we got through that mountain pass real fast, and that car didn't even fucking budge. Not a bit.
Nice.
I was like, and I told her after we got out of the pass, I'm like, dude, this is one of the reasons that we bought a car that we could drive like fucking assholes, where we have to drive this long ass, it's 12 hours one way. So we used to have to sometimes make that drive there and back in the same fucking 24-hour period. That sucked fucking balls.
In a world where a man has a Merc, drives super fast, Donner Pass 2, coming to a theater near you.
Drove that, trying to. There's like times where I'll speed for sure, but then there's times where I'm like, oh hell no, like not even like fucking go around. I don't care. Use your horn all you fucking want. You paid for it. I guess you can use it. Like I don't care. And like in the snow, like when I'm coming back from like
Right.
the in-laws, that's always the time that motherfucker decides to snow like buckets, like just fucking sheets of snow coming down, and trying to drive through that shit, and I'm like, oh, this fucking sucks. Windshield wipers getting fucking frozen. Ain't nobody speeding in that except the plow.
Right. So I've been growing up in the southern San Joaquin Valley there over the mountain pass from where you're at. It would rain, sheets of rain, fog, and that right there, you learn how to drive. And once you learn how to drive in that, snow's nothing. You just got to look for, ice patches. Because what happens is some of those roads are deformed and flat and water puddles form and you hover over it, you lose control. And if you don't let off the gas and keep your straightaway, then you lose it. And I've seen people spin around and do all sorts of weird donuts on the freeways before. Even here in Arizona, too, mind you.
So I've done them here, like, and it's the sad thing is it wasn't even fucking raining. I had this Nissan 300ZX. It was like the twin turbo edition that it was kind of rusting on somebody's front lawn, so you kind of fixed it up a little bit. But the thing actually was really fast. It's just that it was a digital dashboard and the fucking computer didn't work. So the only way I knew that I needed gas was because the voice still worked, and for whatever reason, like the gauges, I guess, were still working. The dashboard wasn't, but the voice was. So like when I would get low on gas, that's how I would know, because the voice would come on and go fuel low, and it would, like, as you got lower on gas, it would, like, the interval got shorter and shorter and shorter. So I was like, if I heard it every 30 seconds, I was like, oh, I better pull this motherfucker over now.
Sounds like retarded Knight Rider.
Kind of fucking blind Knight Rider.
You can't see nothing. All you hear is a voice. Motherfucker, I'm low. You need to pull over.
That motherfucker left me stranded a couple of times, but when it was working, whoo, that thing was fast. And there's one of the original freeways here in LA is like the portion of the 110 that goes all the way out to the harbor, but where it starts in Pasadena, it's only like 3 lanes, and it's like a lot of like curves and twists, and so that 300 was slammed like super low. I didn't do it. It came like that. And there was a suspension adjustment setting so that you could have more control, and it would like sink the car a little bit lower. But the drawback was every little fucking bump that you hit, oh, you felt the shit out of that. So I would drop it into that one, and like it was a 5-speed, so I would get up to, like, most times if there was nobody there, like I could fucking drop it into 5 and like hit all those fucking curves, because the car was so low, like it didn't fucking matter. So like you're supposed to like top out at like 50, 55 on that thing, because it's super like the fucking Monaco Grand Prix. Right.
You know, going through, going to LA, Arizona, San Diego, we used to always go through the 15 up through San Bernardino and hit 395 through Victorville. Well, if you get past Victorville up there, before you get to the points where Boron is, you get some whoop-de-doos over there, some hills, and we would hit 100 mile an hour through there and
shit,
levitate. So you actually are floating in the air when you hit these hills. Your rubber still stays on the road, but as you go for the top and you go to the crest, it's kind of like those NASA planes that go up and go down, and you're levitating in the plane, right? So every time we hit that, the kids are screaming, "Ah, I don't feel my stomach!" It was the best.
The like fucking in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and they come over the top of the hill.
It's just flying through the air. Oh my gosh! So. Back in the day, I was cruising. That was the deal back then, back in the 80s and 90s still. And we were in Visalia, California. And from Visalia Strip to where I lived was about a good 35-40 minute drive. The distance was pretty far, through the boonies. And we were out there, and my cutoff time was midnight. So my dad told me to bring the Honda Prelude back home at midnight. Well, I'm trying to pick up some girls. I'm 16, 17. I need to get laid, but of course I never got laid around that time. And we're trying to hit on girls, and the guys are my best friends are like, "Hey, we got to get going." I'm like, "No, man, it's a good night." No, we need to get going. It's 11:45. Don't you got a midnight cutoff? I'm like, "Oh shit!" So we get in this 89 Honda Prelude. It was canary yellow, freaking nice 4-cylinder Honda, right? So we get in this fucker, and I'm hitting the streets, the surface streets of town, and speed limit's around 35, 45 miles an hour. I'm going 55, trying not to push it because, cops like to hide there. I fucking hit the main strip down, and I'm flying, and I can't go fast enough. I'm like, God, we're not going to make it. Meanwhile, now it's around 11:48, 11:50, right? I went, okay, guys, hold on to your horses because we're going to do some shit you never seen before. And it was almost like Spaceballs ludicrous speed because I hang a right and I go through the orange groves. And as soon as I hit the orange groves and I go straight through there, I turn off all my lights. Interior, exterior, I turn everything off. Now I'm going 125 miles an hour. straight through there. All you hear is trees whoosh, 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 whoosh. Now, anybody who's grown up in Orange Grove or grown up in the boonies or in the forest or hills or whatever, they know why you turn off the lights. It's not because you're worried about cops. It's because intersecting traffic, you're looking for lights coming in other directions. So if you turn off your lights, you see lights, you know to slow down. Saw no lights, 125 all the way there. So now I get to my first friend's house that's probably about a mile and a half away from my house. And I go, dude, rolling stop. You better tuck and roll because I am not stopping for you, dude. Now it's about 11:53, right? He goes, okay, man, I'm ready. I'm ready. Fucking, I'm rolling. I'm going like 15 miles an hour. He jumps out. He rolls. I mean, he eats dirt. Me and my other friend, the guy, I would do anything for. If he called me and said, I got to bury a body, I would drive from here to there and help him out. He goes, okay, man, no worries. I'll do the rolling stop. I saw what happened to him. I'll be okay. I think I can do it. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. He's like, no, I got this. I got this. We get up to his house, which is probably about a mile away from my house, and I stop. Go ahead, get out. So he just steps out. Dude, that was fucked up. I'm like, yeah, but don't ever tell him that. And I take off. I peel up. I get to the house, and I roll up on our carport, right? Had about a 3-foot incline. I mean, it was pretty large. And I got up to the top and I turned off the engine. I rolled up and went shh, just nice and clean, kind of like what you would see in Knight Rider, quiet. When you go silent mode. And I turn off the engine, just hit the brakes, just gently, and I slowly hit the emergency brakes and wouldn't click, right? And it's like 12:05. I'm like, yes, I made it. Close the door, nice and quiet. Open up the door, and the first piece of wood, goes like, oh shit. Oh. And then all of a sudden I look, and there's my dad to my right where the door's open. Cutting a little bit close, aren't you? 12:05. I'm like, did I make it? He's like, barely. Don't ever do that again. And he goes to bed. I'm like, fuck yeah.
I got a similar story. Like, I know what you mean about cruising. I'm ashamed to say it, but I mean, I've said worse. You heard that aristocrats joke.
Oh yeah.
But I was cruising Whittier Boulevard, and so like one of I was basically gonna get some, but one of my friends that was like I had given a ride that night was like he needed to go somewhere else like real fast. And this chick had her own car, so I was supposed to meet her back at her house. And I got, I had to ditch, my fucking now, like, too drunk to be of any good friend. If I would have thought about it, like, he was gonna pass out anyways, I should have just, like, met her at her house and just left him in the car. Like, he wasn't gonna wake up. And it's not like I was gonna sleep over.
Right.
And so I ended up taking him home, and I was speeding there, and again down that 110, and all the way back into LA, and then like I was pissed because I had to fucking carry his ass to because he wouldn't fucking wake up, and I fucking slapped the shit out of him twice, like fucking like in the Dave Chappelle show where he was Rick James and
like Will Smith.
Yeah, like twice. And he didn't wake up. I'm like, you motherfucker. So I was pissed. So I grabbed him and I fucking fireman's carried him to his door. And I fucking leaned him up against the door and I kicked the shit out of the fucking door and I ran and I fucking jumped back in the car and I fucking peeled out. And I fucking stopped and I'm like, fuck that. And I'm like, and so like I know they heard the and then I look and I see fucking like the corner of his body because I can't see all of it now because I'm too far. So I can see the corner of his body and then all of a sudden it just goes whoop.
Nice, man.
They opened the door and he fell on his fucking face and I was like, I found out the next day and I was like, ha ha ha, yeah. Oh, karma, motherfucker, that you get for making me carry you.
Total house party scenario right there. That'll teach him from drinking at the party.
Oh, dude, that guy was a total fuck up a lot. Like, and there were a lot of reasons I had to speed a lot when we would take him partying with us, cause Like we always had to ditch that fool, like for one reason or another, and then get back to the party. So yeah, he caused a lot of people to fucking make that run. It just happened to be my turn that night.
Damn, man, that was a good night.
And I'm surprised all that driving, the way I drove that car, and the fucking everything I had hooked up to it, and the already failing dashboard. Like, I'm all that must be a really good fucking battery. So, and that was back in the day, so I could just imagine like the kind of cool shit they're gonna come out with now.
Lead batteries just they don't cut it anymore, right?
Yeah, I went to see what it was to change the battery in my car now, and it's like some funky battery, and it's like $300. Long story short, and I'm like, oh, ouch. I'm like, is that like the premium one or like the fucking creme de la creme? I'm like, I'm not abusing this fucker. Like, you know what I mean? What? Can we go with the more economical one? He's like, that is the economical one. I'm like, oh fuck.
Damn. So yeah, battery technology is coming out. Everybody's all tits and are in a bind for all these electric cars now. I mean, we got sodium-ion batteries that are coming out, and they're guaranteed to go much further than what we got now. I mean, 300 times more abundant than lithium for sodium-ion, and the charge will last 10 times longer. I mean, we're looking at technology that will allow electrics to go from one end of the coast to the other end on one charge, if not, two charges. Lithium sulfur batteries. Lithium sulfur, though, I mean, that pretty much says what it is. That's pretty nasty stuff. So if that blows up, just stay clear, right?
Like, when I can make it to Vegas and back, or at least one way without fucking charging the damn car, then I'll consider buying one of those fucking, electric ones. But I think it would be a total fucking drive, like, because I can make that run in like 3.5 hours, 3 hours, and like, like maybe 4.
Right.
But like, that's without stopping, and like, and with even with the car I have now, speeding like an asshole.
Right. I mean, you look at some of the shit that they got, it's fucking nuts.
Like, I don't have to stop is the like, and like the fucking Tesla from here to Vegas, like from here to Vegas, it won't make it all the way.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I'll have to stop somewhere. Yeah, and I'm like, no, that's bullshit. So
Right.
like, if I wanted to go up north, I'm like, oh hell no, like that's gonna take forever because then I gotta charge like a fucking car again.
Yeah, they're talking about making anodes from food waste as well. So go figure, man. If they could do something like that, that would be really abundant.
Mr. Fusion?
Mr. Fusion. It's going to be similar, not the same. Anodes are basically going to be an alkali battery substance that you're going to be using a certain type of waste from food product or whatever. There you go. Back in time, baby. So, this type of technology is not abundant to people, but hey, it's around the corner. And when you look at electric technology, people think that it's what we got to have. We need this for cleaner air. Well, they're not wrong, but they're not right. I mean, yeah, we need to stop with the gas and smog and everything else that we create in the
Like
ozone.
There's like switching from one material to the other. You know what I mean? It's like paying fucking credit card debt with another credit card. You just keep passing
Essentially.
it around.
Yeah, so people don't realize lithium, that comes from countries that, are questionable. I mean, Russia, China. We're talking about these type of... Yeah, exactly. Type of materials. Venezuela. Where all the Nazis are. So we're talking technologies that are needing this type of material, and it's costing a lot of money. It's creating a lot of waste. These things don't break down overnight. They take thousands and thousands of years, even more so than plastics nowadays.
Right,
And
I thought I created a lot of fucking waste, and then I
You
started
do.
looking into this thing, right? And
Man.
but these things fucking beat me for sure, and I'm like, holy fuck,
I don't know. You walked out of that bathroom that one time I was there. Whew.
like a champ.
Like a tramp stamp. I mean, so, I pulled this from the interwebby, and it's on a paint document, but hey, it gets what you need to get done. You look at a generating station in red right up there on the top left. That's going to be your coal burning. That's going to be your nuclear power plant. That's going to be your dam. right? Your water source. And guess what? Water sources are depleting, right? With lots of rain going away and dry seasons, that's going to be a big issue about getting electric generated from that. But that goes into transmission lines. That goes into a transmission customer. Transmission customer is just a waypoint. And a lot of waypoints are created from steam. So, we got steam power plants that generate on top of the electricity that's being conducted from other sources to go to major populace like, Phoenix. We have a nuclear station. We have a lot of steam generation plants that actually make electric that goes with those systems. And then you get a substation step-down transformer. That's going to be your big yards that you see out in the middle of nowhere, where you see big boxes and resistors out there. They are tuned down for local populace. Go ahead. What's the joke?
It sounds like the fucking Pride Parade. When you said transmission, I was like, I thought about that meme. Like, you heard of the agenda, now get ready for the transmission.
Yeah, they're marching down your poles.
Everything that came after that just got progressively funnier.
Came after that, nice. But you look at these substations, and you're going to see these yards. You're going to see all these.
Now you can't unhear it.
No, I can't. It's great. You see these yards, and they go into the power poles, and they go into the lines that go under the ground to your house, to sub-transmission stations, and those are the transmissions that are under the ground, right?
I'm trying to hold it together here.
Don't bother. They also go to your primary customers on the higher voltage. We're talking, big customers like, power plants like Amazon, like Walmart, like Intel, even, chip manufacturers. They use these large ones, and they even have substations there for power. So they have their own electric network too. Then you got secondary customers. Those are going to be like businesses and whatnot. Now you look at this grid and you look at this and you kind of understand where the electricity comes from, this AC voltage. This is created somehow, some way, whether it be nuclear power plants with nuclear fission rods. Those things right there, they have a half-life of
Damn
what?
it, I had it until he said that.
These rods that Homer Simpson gets stuck on his shirt every single time it starts The Simpsons, they have a half-life of, 100,000 years? I mean,
About
those
an hour
things...
and a half, depending on how hot she is.
Yeah, really. But these things, man, they don't burn away. They stay forever, man. So where do you think this electricity comes from? It's not a lot of water anymore. It doesn't come... I mean, we got the solar cells, but they don't produce enough electricity for the millions of people in the LA area, let alone the Phoenix area, right? So this has to come from sources that create more waste, and the more electric that we use, the more burden we have on our AC units and the house usage and everything else that we use, plus your car at your house. A lot of solar is at the homestead, so if you got solar on your roof, that helps out a lot, but doesn't, take away from a lot of it. So there's a lot of gains, but there's also a lot of losses, and people need to understand that when it comes to this electric power.
Yeah, like the trade-off for the gas is now I have to pay more in electricity because I gotta charge that fucker when I get home.
Damn straight you do. It's freaking nuts, man. When you look at the complication of everything, you kind of have to scale it and weigh the options. And hey, if you're going to go electric, understand that you might be hurting the environment that you're trying to help.
And there's fucking rolling blackouts here too. Like, what the fuck? Like, yep. That's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna get that fucking thing. It's gonna be charging and I needed to hurry the fuck up already because I'm already running late and gonna have to speed like an asshole.
Rolling blackout.
And rolling blackout. Yeah, exactly. And no, fuck that.
Now they're gonna have to put like a pedal system inside so you can charge it up like a hamster.
Right. Fucking hand crank.
I used to do this to beat off. Now I have to do it to charge up.
Like in fucking Breaking Bad, we have to fucking charge the RV.
Yeah, it's freaking nuts, man. I mean, there's a lot of good things that come from it, and a lot of people don't realize that electric powered cars actually started in 1835. I mean, the first inception was early 1800s, and it went all the way up to about the 1920s, and then it was just dead in the water when the Model Ts came out. Well, pretty much it went another 5-10 years after the Model Ts, but you get the gist. After that, electric just went away. It was dead for 50, 60 years, and then it made a comeback, and people are like, oh, we could do this. Well, we've been doing it. It's just been dead because, people who are making money off the gas and cars and everything else, they didn't want anybody else to know it.
Well, fuck it. They know about it now, and it's like, again, you're trading, like, what's the lesser of two evils, you know what I mean? Like, it's either way, it's gonna cause waste, or it's gonna pollute the air.
How's the saying go? You're raping Peter to punch Paul?
Mm-hmm. That's the way I heard it, but I went to a funny school.
And that goes into our next topic. We're talking about electrics and some of the new stuff. What's going on with automation, with electric. I mean, we were perusing, Auto Week and a couple other places, and we found this one, a new production ready delivery robot. So you order your groceries or you order a snack or whatever, and this pulls up to your front door. You walk out, put in a combination and get your items, and then walk back into your house. How fucking nuts is that?
And then a spaceship that talks to you flies up to your window, and it looks like a giant, like, fucking walnut, and it, like, fucking flies away.
Yeah, but I don't know why Amazon spaceships want to always anal probe you when they deliver.
I don't know.
Does that happen to you?
Twice.
That's why I keep calling them back.
It just, you know what I mean? Like, it was like that fucking hunter that got fucked by the bear. They kept going back out there, and it's like, I'm pretty sure you're not here to hunt.
No, but he's here to fuck.
That was fucking Gilbert Godfrey. Like, a hunter goes out into the woods.
Yep.
Tries to shoot a bear. It's like 5 times, and he's like, finally the bear goes, something tells me you're not here to hunt.
We got all these technologies coming out, some really weird stuff that are just coming out of nowhere, and we got to be ready for this. I mean, we already saw the ramifications of having electric vehicles, and now we're gonna have automated electric. It's just we got to be careful how we pursue this. You know what I'm saying?
I still want my car to drive itself.
Man, I want the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile to drive itself right to my back door.
You and Cookie have the same dream.
Man, I thought I ordered a chili dog. Oh wait, there's a chili dog. Freaking crazy.
Well, it seems like we're gonna have to put up with these pieces of shit for the foreseeable future. So, I mean, what are these what are these jalopies gonna look like?
Bravo, my good man. Well, let's go ahead.
That's a lead-in.
That's like getting a fucking carrot on a leash and getting a donkey to town. Well, let's go ahead and start off with some of the cool electrics for, your average day person. We're going to go ahead and start off with something like the Chevy Bolt.
Fuck?
Now, you look at this thing and it looks like a pinched off turd. But
It does, an angry one at that.
yeah, it does. It's got them slant eyes right up there, like, ooh, I gotta take a shit. But actually, it looks pretty good for a small in-town car, and it looks like it can go dart in and out of smaller streets, right?
Yeah. I mean, probably, like, some sidewalks.
Too. That's something that you would drive in town. It doesn't look half bad. It looks better than a Prius, I think.
Like, they wouldn't ticket you if you were driving that shit in the bike lane.
Well, yeah, that's true. But think of it this way. If you had the money to get an electric car, you probably wouldn't get a Tesla just yet. That's a bit expensive, on the upwards of 40 to 60,000 range, right? But hey,
wouldn't get that one.
I don't know, dude. I wouldn't mind actually driving that around. It's better than a minivan.
There's no way I'm fitting comfortably in that car.
Comfortably numb, you would be.
It'll okay. So I used to have access to a Porsche. I drove it a couple of times. Those cars are way too small for me. I can't. Like, my fucking knees. It was like driving those fucking Autotopia cars at Disneyland.
please. You're not Shaq. Calm the fuck down, Francis.
No, it was bad, and it was a fucking stick, so fucking shifting and constantly like fucking hitting my knee on the steering wheel. That shit was annoying as fuck.
Well, the good news is this isn't 6-shift. It's automatic, so electric automatic.
Just lay the seat down and fucking.
No, it'd be like Police Academy. You rip out the driver's seat and sit in the back just so you could drive.
Like those smart cars, like the Urkelmobile 2.0.
Oh God, yeah, the smart cars, the compact boxes. But you know, it's got its niche. I think it looks cool. I mean, I wouldn't go out and buy one necessarily right now, but if I was offered that and at a good discount price, I probably wouldn't mind buying it.
If I won it on The Price is Right, I'd drive it.
Next we got the Hyundai Kona. I mean, it looks like a gray piece of turd, like it's been out in the sun for a little bit.
It looks like it's been in an accident already.
I know, but it looks all right. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. The only downfall, I think, is the looks of the door to charge it in the front there.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to figure out what that was. It was like some more fucking ugliness.
But, you know, four-door sedan doesn't look that bad for a four-door sedan.
I mean, you've seen the fucking Tellurides. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is true. But that's Kia. So.
Did they fire that fucking designer?
Yeah. Or he got too high on meth.
Kia, Honda, it's the same shit.
Then we got the Iconic right here, the Hyundai Iconic. That looks more like a Volkswagen Rabbit. It's got more of a sports feel.
That's what it reminds me of. There you go. Spot on. Or spot on.
Yeah, so you look at the lights there. They look like little squares, little rectangles.
It does, like a mixture of Tron and that old bucket I used to drive.
There you go.
Right. Are those fucking spinner hubcaps on there?
They're spinning. They're spinning. Oh man, but it doesn't look half bad, and you know you got the fuel in the back right there. So I mean,
it kind of looks like the Kia I used to drive. I mean, you know what I mean? Of the ones that we've seen, I think that one. All right, fucking if I had to, like I'd.
Four doors, yeah. I think this would be my choice too. But this car right here, you know, it's not for sale just yet, so they're coming to market here soon enough. But yeah, it looks decent. I wouldn't mind getting that. Don't save that. Ooh, here we go. The new Rivian. Have you seen these yet?
No. Oh, wait. Yeah, actually, yes. Yes, I have. While I was looking for a job, I applied for their IT department. And I liked what I saw. Those trucks were really good. So,
right.
You know, if you haven't seen these, they don't come in a ton of colors from what I remember on the, you know, going through the process.
Right.
And but they can shift and alternate like for terrain, and so you can like it, and it uses the appropriate amount of power or like a fuel or whatever battery consumption per what you're driving on, and it adjusts like all automatically and shit.
So I saw one of these driving on the freeway just this morning.
Really?
Looked really nice, yeah.
How big are they?
So they're about the standard size of a Ford truck, four-door, right? They would be the newer style Tacoma size. They're pretty robust. They're pretty large. They're not, you know, like super Chevy full size. And hey, man, they look really good. They're smooth. They're clean. I saw the license plate on it. It was an East Coast license plate. I couldn't believe it, man.
I wonder how long it took them to get here.
I don't know. Probably about 15 years.
They shipped it to them.
But look right back here. We got part of the brake right there. It looks like it's one of those doors where you could store stuff in the back of the bedding right there. You know, like chairs, ice coolers, and whatnot.
There's a Hummer. I forget if it's this year or next year that it's coming out.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Oh, is that one of them?
We're not there yet.
All right.
How dare you? I'd take all this time to make you happy. So, yeah, that's the Rivian truck right there. That's really nice. Look at this Rivian right here. SUV model.
And those are the ones that I saw, like, them working on in, like, the in the videos that they have posted on their
Right.
site. And like, yeah, I was applying for the job, so I was, looking up the, stuff about the company, and I, did my homework, and um, that I would spend the money on that.
Yeah, that's really nice right there. I was looking at prices a little bit out of my range. I can't afford anything over $10,000. But yeah, here you look at them side by side. It looks like a Jeep, man. It looks really nice. And then you look at the truck. That looks very acceptable as a truck, man. I would not mind driving these electrics.
The only reason I would mind is I don't really get down with that color scheme. Like, it reminds me of fucking the Celtics. I'm like, I
Well,
don't.
so that green right now I have on my 99 Toyota pickup. So forest green.
Yeah, but not trimmed in white though.
Yeah, that's true.
That fucking like says puke all over me, all over it.
Well, sometimes you pay $50 extra for that. We
Yeah.
go on to the Tesla Model S right here, the new sedan, and that looks slick, man. This is 2022 model. So they've revamped it. You could see that they shelled it in the back, made it more look more like a supercar. The front sleek, and it just looks like snot running down a window. I like it.
Story about that fucking Tesla factory. I was having to go to a client site when I was at like 2 jobs ago,
Hmm.
and I had to go there like for 2 days a week every week, and so I was flying up to San Jose, and the hotel that I was at was across the freeway from the Tesla factory. This is like a couple of years before well, actually maybe a year before the pandemic,
Hmm.
and I was at that hotel, and a lot of the people that worked at the factory, which was at that point running 24/7 to get the new models out for Christmas time or some shit like that. So they were working in shifts, and so like the fucking I hated staying near the exterior doors because like every 15 minutes some fucking asshole was coming in and out of that fucking door going to or from work, and it was just like bam, bam, bam. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Nice. So yeah, this Model S, man. I guess it's the bane of your existence. You love seeing it.
It looks good. I'm glad it was like in fucking Robin Hood Men in Tights. I hope it's worth the noise. I guess it kind of was.
Yeah, when you're sleeping late at night, and that's charging, all you hear is the closing of those doors.
Like,
Bam!
like it's not awkward enough jerking off in a hotel bathroom. Like fucking now, like there's some fucking asshole slamming the exterior door that's connected to your outer wall.
We go on to the next Tesla. What do you think of this?
I think those look pretty sweet.
The Roadster, baby.
Again, until they can get all the way to Vegas and back, pass. But it does look pretty fucking cool. I will say that.
We'll get a battery charger backpack and throw it in the back there so it could get you across the state border.
Kind of like a cooler version of Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, yeah. I like the way it looks, man. It looks like a supercar.
Hmm.
Very nice. I wouldn't mind driving that, but we're probably looking in the upwards of 70 to 80,000 on this one.
Right. For that, I could be in a fucking Range Rover.
Or you could be in this Audi. Yeah, baby. So we got a 2022 GCG, the Audi e-tron GT1 i34. Look at that sucker.
That's really fucking awesome looking. I'm
Yeah.
sure that's expensive as fuck, and I just saw an Audi get rear-ended today, like 2 days ago while I was at work. I got a window seat now, so like I can see down on this fucking main street, and this fucking beat up Civic rear ends a fucking Audi. The fucking bumper of the Civic falls off. There's fucking radiator fluid leaking all over the street, and the Audi just has a little crack on the fucking side.
But you know what? That Audi probably cost about $15,000 to repair from that crack.
Oh yeah, and that dude was like had to take his bumper off and put it in the back seat to to drive away.
That Audi became an innie.
And the chick that got out of there was really fucking hot, and she looked super pissed too.
Nice. But yeah, that Audi, man, I would not mind driving that. And speaking of Hummers, yeah, dog.
Is that H3?
So we're
H4?
looking at a 2022 GMC Hummer electric vehicle. This is going to be a HZ, I believe, or electric HE, one of the two. Yeah, man, this looks pretty good. I mean, I was not liking the Hummer's new design with the H2, H3 trucks and everything. I just didn't like it. But looking at this, yeah, I think I like this one.
Yeah, if it's the same one that I was looking at, it has a crab walk feature, so the tires will turn all the way so that you can basically sidestep obstacles.
Right.
And I thought that was cool as shit. I'm like, parking, no problem. Fuck yeah. Throw it into crab walk mode. Let's do this.
And look at that front trunk space. You could put a whole bunch of dead hookers in there.
Yep, looks like a fucking Volkswagen there. The fucking trunks in the front.
Yeah, you got a problem with a bunch of dead hookers in your cars.
No wonder your car's not running. There's dead hookers where the engine's supposed to be.
That dead hooker bit off the tip of my nose.
That son of a bitch. I know he wasn't a real Volkswagen mechanic. Anyone would know that the fucking engine's in the back. What an asshole.
I like it a lot. I love this design. It's got the features of being a rugged Humvee, you know. It's really good. It's slick as snot too. I like
I
it.
love a rugged Hummer.
I bet you do. So yeah, going into our concept cars, we were talking about all that other good stuff. We got some other things that you requested, so we could show.
Right? If say you're not into flashy pieces of shit, but you still want a piece of shit, here are some affordable cars that.
Well, some has to be trimmed down to one because of our time, but I got a nice polished red piece of turd if you like.
Let's see it.
How about that? The new Kia Soul at $20,505 suggested retail. What do you think?
You know what? For me, like I always thought those things were kind of cool looking. I had a chance to drive them a couple times, and they weren't bad. Like there's like one of those store brand liquors. It'll do the job, but it's like was it the best ride? No, but it was cool though.
Yeah,
So,
it looks decent. Did you find any hamsters in your car?
no. Yeah.
Well,
And
fuck,
it
man.
didn't come with an X hamster like free pass or anything like that either.
Well, that's where you find all the hamsters on X Hamster. They're the best hamsters. You're looking at this thing. What was that?
Some are gerbils, but that's okay.
Hey, man, gerbils, hamsters, tomato.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. I mean, you look at the fuel economy, it's decent for a 4-cylinder. You're looking at 27.25, total of 31 with a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder. It's got a CVT. Now, a lot of people don't know what CVT is. It's a new transmission style for automatic vehicles. CVTs are just a smoother version of the automatic system that they have in the past 10 years. They're more made to make the shift seamless when you're going high speeds to low speeds and vice versa. So every time it shifts from first to second, you don't get that jaunt forward. So CVT, has a better gear ratio and allows for a smoother transition. Now the problem is not every manufacturer makes a good CVT. A lot of the give and take of these CVTs is that you're given smoother changeover from gears, but you're taking away a lot of the gear shift for high speed. So if you need to get from point A to point B a little bit faster because some jerk off has cut you off, like happens every morning when you're trying to go to work or school, This thing was
not the car to do it in.
no. I mean, you can get a lot done. Don't get me wrong. If you know how to drive like I know how to drive and been behind the wheel for a while, and as Jester knows too, if you know your vehicle, doesn't matter its deficiencies, you can make it work for your needs. However, you got to know your limitations. And these CVTs with these new models, some are better than others. I have not tested the Kia Soul, so I couldn't tell you if it's better than others, but I know Subaru sucks.
At 20,000, I doubt it.
Yeah, Subaru you definitely don't want. But
Price,
go ahead.
Unless you're a lesbian.
But you know what? For what you get for that price, you're getting not only the 20,505, you're getting a 4-door hatchback. You know, looks decent. You got a good 4-cylinder. You got decent gas mileage, but you're getting a 10-year warranty. You're getting a 100,000-mile powertrain. That means that CVT jacks up at 100,000 is covered. You got 5 years, 60,000 miles limited warranty for most, breakage inside of the vehicle. It's well worth it. And Kia's come a long way. Let me tell you something, man. Kia Sophia's back in the day when I had that, it was just a rolling piece of shit. They've gotten so much better, so much more reliable. And when you look at that warranty, I tend to lean towards Kia more so than the Hyundais.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I spent some time in a Kia, and then I was able to upgrade, and I was happy with the upgrade, but the Kia did the job, you know what I mean, for a long time, and that thing was a fucking workhorse. I put it through some shit.
I bet you did. How many blowjobs did you give in that?
Oh man, I lost count. It was like automatic fucking entry passes, like roadhead.
So that wraps up our affordable cars. Yeah, I had more on the docket, but we just ran out of time. So let's get to the fun shit, shall we?
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about this bad boy, Jaguar F-Type. Now, I don't put any prices on this. I'm not going to give you all the innuendos and the sugarcoating everything. Suffice it to say, we're looking at a V6 model here. They make a decent model now. With the F-Types, they've gotten so much better. And you look at this blue, electric blue, and I am so rock hard.
You know what? I honestly, if I fucking have a couple of bake sales, fucking sell some merch, I'm down to fucking save pennies for something like that. I'm happy with the model that I have, and it's not that one for sure.
I tell you what, man, you get bras and panties thrown at you in this.
Right.
And you know what? When you're selling your bake sales, everybody knows why those brownies cost $100 a square.
Right. Because it's made with only the finest.
It's got Jester semen in it.
That's right. It's our secret ingredient.
But yeah, I mean, I think this is a V8 model. They do come out with V6 in the F-Type. It's a little bit less expensive, a little bit more economical as far as gas goes. But either way, man, you're not going to lose. V6, V8, this sucker looks rock hard.
Yep.
Moving on.
Down again.
Guess what we got here? We got our new 2022 McLaren Ultra, man.
If I won the lotto, fuck yeah.
Artura, pardon me. But yeah, McLarens, man, I tell you what, the affordable supercar, you're probably looking at about $750,000 for this bad boy.
Lotto money. If I won the fucking big jackpot alone.
But yeah. What do you see about this that pops for you? Probably nothing, physical. Let me tell you what pops at this. It's a fucking hybrid.
What?
Yeah, so you got gas engine, you also got electric. So in order to save on gas, it's not using all its cylinders. It's using electric, and it's... My gosh, I'm telling you something right there. If that's what electric cars are going to be looking like down the line, yeah, I'm happy.
It looks like one of those Pixar cars on steroids.
Hell yeah. I'm down for that, man. Down for a crown. You know what I'm talking about? When you're taking a shit and you crown. Nice. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. I mean, we're a little bit low on time. We're going to go straight into the Ferrari.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Look at that Spider, man. That is a freaking 2022, Ferrari supercar. This right here is an FB Tributo. Trabito, huh? Huh? What you do with the spaghetti, huh? What your mama say about it when you drive this car, huh?
Fuck yeah, dude. Again, big super lotto jackpot money. Just me. Fuck. Frivolous spending. Hell yes.
My God, man.
Get me too.
I mean, I love Lamborghinis. I love them. I know the history behind Lamborghinis to tell Ferrari, fuck you. But I would drive this Ferrari in a heartbeat.
Right?
Could I afford one? Never in a million years. Never, even in my deathbed. Could I drive one? Probably not. Nobody would trust me because of the shit I would do in it.
No. There's places where you can go in Vegas that they have like these fancy ass cars like this where you
Yes.
pay money to go drive them.
Yes, but they're not going to have this car there. I guarantee it. Not for a few more years.
Okay, I'm willing to wait. That's like, look at that thing.
I know. That's a tits right there, right?
Hell yeah, that was a fucking that shit. Now that's how you close a show.
Damn, with a black piece of shit rolling down at 175 miles an hour at cruising speed.
Right, like the fucking turds turn into fucking shrapnel.
I tell you what, it looks like you pinched one off on the tip right there, the front of that car. Woo, doggy. Oh man, I'd be having one of those. I'd be having my truck, my daily truck. I'd have a motorcycle, and I'd be happy with that.
Heck yeah. Alright guys, well we are going to get up on out of here, but don't forget to hit up the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, and YouTube, and the website, and the forums, and all that good shit. Hit that like and subscribe button. And
Yes.
we've got plenty more season 6 coming at you, and we maybe bring back some rice and beans radios here and there.
Just remember, we're trying to break the fourth wall here, people. Help us out. We want to get paid, so help us get paid. Like us.
Right? Subscribe.
Yes.
It's like down there somewhere. I don't know. We'll drop it in there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time, take a toke and watch all your worries go up in smoke. Peace.